Okay, let's focus. So, what's going on, everybody? So, this ain't the way I really want to do this video. It's a little bit late at night, but I want to do it anyway since it's on my mind, and I don't feel like going through the whole fancy setup and, all of that. But I think this will be good enough to get the point across and explain what needs to be explained. So, as you can see, timeline orders of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre original trilogy and the remake trilogy, and how would you put them in order with the history, everything like that. So this is the new one that came out. This is Leatherface 2017. And before I begin, back in, I want to say maybe 93, and I want to correct myself here, because when I did my movie pickups, I said that Leatherface 3, or Leatherface Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, came out in 95. It's not this one. This is a new one. This is 2017. I'm talking about the one that came out like years back. I said it came out in 95. It's my mistake. That one came out in 93. So, first and foremost, I just want to correct myself on that one. So, Leatherface Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 came out in 93. And along with The Next Generation came out, I think in 1999. Those ones have no particular timeline to fit in, so they would go in the blank spot. And those are not the best ones. However, Leatherface Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, it has some potential in there. But it's tolerable to watch. It's tolerable to watch, but it's not one that I would really get. I don't care for. Next Generation is just downright horrible. But to me, before I even go any further, the Texas Chainsaw movies are my favorite movie franchise of all time. And when it comes to horror / action, to me, this ain't really a horror series. It's like an action series to me. And that's really what it is. This is really an action series. If you look at it, at least to me it is. But I want to go ahead and get in with the video. So here we have the original trilogy right here. And these are in order how they happen. Or at least the way I'm putting them in order. Then you have the remake trilogy. So before I begin, let's begin with this one. This is Leatherface 2017. This had a big budget behind it. It's the same companies that been making, I think, these ones, followed up by this one, and what is it? The Conjuring movies. But it was never put in theaters, along with American Satan and Birth of the Dragon. And I want to brief up on that. The reason why, that there was a time, little bit of a time where theaters didn't want to put in horror movies right now, or anything of other culture, or anything towards Satanism, because of what happened, and I guess in the U.S. for a while with the younger teenagers, with the new It movie from 2017. So, there were some things going on. You had a lot of them sneaking in, kids getting hurt, people, just being stupid. So they didn't want to do that. And this one right here, somebody paid attention to their to the history of the Chainsaw Massacre. And what I mean by that is that back in after 1985, when this one was out, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, this came out in 95, directed by Dennis Hooper, who was the son of, the person that made the original right here, who is right there, Tommy Hooper. And there was supposed to be a movie called, and it was supposed to be out somewhere between, I want to say, 87 or 88. And it was supposed to be called All American Massacre. And what it was, it's like I said, it took place after this, and it is the origin story. So it had Chop Top, who did the interview, and there is set place in a mental prison asylum. Well, thing is, in this movie, it takes place in a mental prison asylum. Okay? And he's explaining his brother's origin. You know, out the time he was with them. This is after, I think, Vietnam, when Chop Top came back from his accident. That explains how he got the metal plate in his head. You can go on YouTube and look up All American Massacre. There's a real trailer. There's 2 of them. The website is down, but it used to be you could purchase the 30-minute footage of what they did make. And the reason why it was never finished, they ran out of money. And, you know, Dennis Hooper really wanted to put a lot into it. And if he would have finished it, it would have been a really great film. Probably one of the best Chainsaw movies ever. And, you know, sadly we never got that. But in this one, in the beginning, we see, I forget the kid's name they chose for him. I know in the remake chose was Thomas Hewitt. But I forget what the name was in for this one. But anyways, in the beginning, you know, start out as a kid. You get to see a young, the Chop Top and the dad, or, you know, one of the other brothers, the chef and the hitchhiker, grandpa, and, you know, not grandma. But you do get to see the lady who was in this one from 2013, and this one a little bit younger. So she plays the role as the aunt slash mother. And our main character for this one, you know, he had a problem with killing. And trust me, there are some continuity and some writing issues in this movie. But the things that can be overlooked. Just look up reviews for that. I'm not here to review it. I'm here to talk about the timeline history. So in this one, right here, don't pay attention to this. I have this right here so the thing won't slide. But in this one, he had a problem with killing. He didn't like it. But as you know, a little bit later on, you know, he did commit his first murder, but he didn't understand what it was. So then they sent him away for about 10 years in a prison mental asylum. And they escape, and you get to see kind of like this journey of, you know, him and several other people that escaped from the mental asylum, and how near the end how he became Leatherface, and the chainsaw came into play. One of the most creative ones for a good while that I seen, that really did a little bit better, I'm gonna say. Well, not too much better, but just enough to where the thing was done a little bit better than The Beginning, which came out in 2006, which is the origin story to the remake trilogy. And as you can see, this film is part of the best Texas Chainsaw Massacre film since the original. By that, they mean the one that came out in 76, I believe, which is that one. So yeah, this is the origin story that goes into the one from, 76 or 73? Let's look on the back. Which year this come out of? It should say. 30 years ago, blah, blah, blah. Honestly, I'm going to say probably in 1976 to play it safe. This one came out in 1985. So it starts with this one, the original, 1985, originally. And as you know, you got 2000, the one from 2013. And we all know the beginning scene is the starting point to what happened here in the end. But if you really wanted to put it together where it would make sense at, it would be these ones followed up by this. So this is how the original trilogy would be put in order. Leatherface, then you got the one from 19 1976. Then you got the one from 1985, and then the one from 2013. This is how it would go in order with the original trilogy right here. So Leatherface 2017 happened first in the mental prison asylum, followed up later on in his adult years. Like I said, there are some continuity issues with the writing with this one going into this. But like I said, if you guys want to see something like that kind of review, you'll look that up on YouTube with some of the reviewers. I may do that, but I'm not going to. And then you got this one from 1985, and this one from 2013. So to me, this is how they would go in order. Because after they got busted, they left. After what happened in the second one, he went, or the grandmother, or the mother / aunt, whatever you want to call her, found him and took him in. So if anybody that watched this one knows what I'm talking about, so this is how, this is just how it would go in order for the original trilogy. The remake trilogy, sadly, we probably will never get another one. Which is it is sad, because the remake trilogy is great. Is a great series. Is a darker series. As you know, this is the beginning for the remake trilogy. This came out in 2006, and then you got the remake of the first one that came out in 2003, I believe. So that's how that would go in order. But yeah, there's just a little brief history since we got the new Texas movie, and I recommend you guys watch this. It's really great. Go back and recheck out the first. Check out the part 2 from 1985. This is my favorite one. I grew up on this. I love it. And then a lot of people hate this one, but I actually like it. So I recommend that as well. And of course, I always got love for the remake trilogy. So yeah, if you guys are ever wondering what my favorite horror action franchise for movies will be, it would be the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.